Hello and welcome to this brief video on reading fluency. In this video, we'll address basic information on reading fluency expectations and where these can be found in the Ontario curriculum. We'll also touch on best practices for teaching and assessing reading fluency. Let's begin with the basics of reading fluency. Reading fluency is complex and multifaceted. Its definition often includes three components: accuracy, rate or pace, and prosody or expression. Fluency is the accurate reading of text that occurs at an appropriate or conversational rate and with expression or prosody. Many consider reading fluency to be the bridge between decoding and reading comprehension and believe that it plays an important role in the motivation to read. Reading fluency has long been established and has been discussed in the literacy world for over a century. It is considered an essential skill that supports reading comprehension and the motivation to read. Many refer to fluency as the bridge between decoding and comprehension, and it is important to note that this relationship is a reciprocal one, with each fostering the other. Fluent readers decode text with ease and can focus their attention on comprehending what they read. In non-fluent readers, weak word comprehension slows the process down and uses cognitive resources and energy required for comprehension. Students who score lower on fluency measures also score lower on comprehension. Now we'll focus on where fluency is found in the language curriculum. Fluency can be found in Strand B, Foundations of Language. In grade 1, students read simple words, short sentences, and paragraphs in a variety of texts with accuracy, appropriate pacing, and expression to support comprehension. As students move through the grades, they continue to read a variety of text with accuracy and appropriate pacing to support comprehension, and when reading aloud, adjust expression and intonation according to the purpose of reading. The Language Foundations Continuum elaborates on the specific expectations and moves from more simple to the more complex. In kindergarten grade 1, students progress from naming individual letters and their sounds to blending them in order to read words in decodable text with increasing accuracy and automaticity. As they move through the grades, students use decoding strategies to read new words and demonstrate automaticity when reading all other words. They read a variety of texts with automaticity and accuracy, with appropriate pacing, and use expression and intonation in order to support comprehension. It is clear that reading fluency is essential for comprehension, but how should we teach it? Reading fluency should be taught following a well-planned sequence of skills. It is the integration of a number of sub-skills, and so it is clear that those must be taught well. Explicit instruction of fluency is characterized by direct modeling of fluent reading, guided practice with feedback, and purposeful individual practice of oral reading. It is important to remember that fluent reading is first and foremost accurate reading. Students become fluent readers when we teach all of the sub-skills involved in reading and provide many opportunities for supported practice. Early reading instruction should focus on building students' word-level reading skills through evidence-based, systematic, and explicit instruction in phonemic awareness, phonics, and decoding. There are a number of evidence-based classroom practices that we can include in order to support the development of reading fluency, including repeated reading and partner reading. Round-robin reading and silent independent reading do not support the development of reading fluency in students who are not yet reading fluently. Students become fluent readers when we teach all of the sub-skills involved in reading, such as phonemic awareness, phonics, and vocabulary, and provide many opportunities for supported oral reading practice. Growing success reminds us that the primary purpose of assessment is to improve student learning. How can we assess reading fluency in order to guide our instruction? Assessing reading fluency using a variety of sources allows us to determine if our students are making adequate progress or if they are at risk. We use these as assessment for learning in order to drive evidence-based explicit and systematic instruction. Reading fluency is often measured as a combination of rate and accuracy in words read correctly in 1 minute. These brief, standardized measures of oral reading fluency, or ORF, allow us to determine who is at risk earlier in order to provide appropriate instruction and timely intervention. For students receiving extra support, progress monitoring allows for quick probes to quickly and efficiently measure student progress. This allows educators to make decisions about intensifying or reducing support based on a student's need and progress. Diagnostic assessments, such as phonics and phonemic awareness inventories, allow us to look more closely at students who struggle with reading fluency in order to determine instructional needs. To sum up, reading fluency is considered the bridge between two essential components of reading, decoding and comprehension. In order to comprehend what we read, we must read with a high level of accuracy. Students must integrate sub-skills such as fluent word recognition to read words accurately, which in turn supports the accurate reading of sentences and paragraphs. Additionally, students should be able to read text with appropriate pacing and with expression and intonation that facilitate comprehension and convey meaning. All of this occurs when we provide evidence-based instruction and ongoing opportunities for supported practice. Thanks for listening and for continuing to build your understanding in order to meet the needs of your students.